We could have been 1 point behind Barcelona right now. We could right now be 1 point behind Barcelona, and it was in our hands. It was literally in our hands, and we just let it slip away. We just let it slip away, and it's not even like Atleti. If it came down to Atleti and the moment of brilliance, or if they did something amazing, then I would put my hands up and say, you know what, 1 point is better than nothing. But it's us. We gifted them the point. We gifted them the goal. It's just stupid, man. It's just stupid. I'm just disappointed. I'm not even angry. I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed because it could have been avoided. It could have been avoided. But listen, let's talk about it before I start giving you my thoughts about the game and the 5 things that we learned about the game, and giving you, of course, my match reaction and my match ratings about each player. Don't forget to, of course, like, share, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and of course, comment your own thoughts about the game. The first thing is, okay, let's talk about the first thing that we learned. The first thing that we learned was the first half. What's the first half? As simple as that. The first half that we played. The first half that we played, I'm gonna be real, guys. We did not have a right hand side. We did not have a right hand side because it was only Dani Carvajal. It was only Dani Carvajal. This is the lineup that we had. Our team for the first half was this. This was our team. 4 players inside the middle, and Dani Carvajal trying to control the whole side, the whole flank by himself. This guy never helped him. Fede never helped him. Luca never helped him. The first half was only literally Dani Carvajal going up, going down, going up, going down, going up, going down, going up, going down by himself. No support, no help, no really creation in the first half. For Ancelotti, he looked at it and said, listen, their team is Llorente, De Paul, Gallagher. They're not going to be able to control the midfield. And I said it perfectly in the watch along before the game even started, and when the lineup was out. I said that a midfield of Llorente, De Paul, and Gallagher is not there to control the midfield. They're not there to dictate. They're not there to create. They're just there to be a workhorse and to try to disrupt Real Madrid's attack and trying to maybe chase the ball and run after the ball. And that's what they did. Like the first half, we couldn't really create anything because these 3 was all over the pitch, and those 4 wasn't really moving around. It's not like Fede was moving around. It's not like Jude was trying to move around. It's not like Vinny was stuck on the left-hand side. Rodrigo was literally just moving around on the stand. It was only really Dani Carvajal just going around the front and trying to do something. And that's why the first half was so poor. Even Militao that's the second thing that we learned. His performance is like 2 different worlds. The first half compared to the second half. The first half performance is a complete different level to the second half performance. And I never understood why he's playing as a left centre back. I don't understand why. Again, I'm not here to shout. I'm not one of those people that can just shout for interaction, shout for baits, shout for anything. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to give a constructive feedback and criticism and review and what happened today. And this guy should never ever be playing as a left centre back. I don't want him to touch as a left centre back. You understand me? If Carlo, if you listen to this, if your little son listen to this, if your coaching team listen to this, I don't want him to play as a left centre back. He's not good as left centre back. We witnessed the last in the last game where that was the first time he played as left, and I never understood why he did it. This in the first half, so many careless passes, so many stupid passes, trying to make the diagonal pass to who, trying to make the silly pass in the middle to who. The first half was just all over the place. The second half, we woke up and Carlo realized that, Fede, you need to help him on the right-hand side. We can't just rely on Dani Carvajal. You need to help him. And the second half, they moved around. Militao then went on the right centre-back, and then Rudiger went on the left, and then everything changed. Then Militao had a much better performance in the second half, a much complete different performance in the second half, and he woke up. And the goal that we scored as well. The goal that we scored was a smart passage of play by Modric, passing it Everyone expected the free kick to go inside the box, the cross to be made, but no, he made a very smart cross to Vinny. Vinny did his little shimmy, his usual shimmy, crossed a great cross, and of course Militao 1-0. The play then got suspended. I don't know if you guys saw, but they start throwing stuff. They start throwing stuff to Thibaut because he's a former Atleti player, and when Militao scored, what he did was going straight. Let me now turn the camera out. Then what happened is when he scored, he went to the fans and start basically shushing them around and basically just provoking, and they got upset. They start throwing everything around. The play got suspended for 10 minutes, but I don't understand it. What I don't understand is that it got suspended. Actually, the referee warned the fans. Okay, you warned them, cool. They still did it, and then you suspended for 10 minutes, and then you came back. Okay, fair enough, you came back. What I meant by man management and what I meant by playing the game smart is the momentum was on our side. Before the play got suspended, the momentum was on our side completely, and we had the ball and everything. Of course, once the play got resumed, I think it helped Atleti because Simeone must have had a chat with the players in the dressing room and said, listen, we've got a second chance now. Let's fight for every ball. And it changed. What Simeone did was very smart. Very, very smart. And it's pretty much what I expected anyway. He then took out Gallagher. Gallagher was never going to be a threat. He took him off and brought the difference maker. The absolute difference maker, Samuel Lino. He took off Molina, which Molina has been poor last season and this season. And what he did, he brought the only person who's able to control the midfield and the only person who can dictate the midfield for Atleti, and that is Koke. Koke was brought on, Llorente went there, and then the moment the play got resumed, Atleti saw more of the ball. They had more of the ball. They managed to create some chances. They managed to dictate the chances. Those two was non-existent, and is what I kind of expected. That those two are not going to be the players that's going to be... Bro, everything that I said before the game about these two was spot on. He took him off, and he brought another difference maker. And once again, another difference maker. In who? Correa. Correa was brought on, and of course, I think Riquelme was brought on this guy. Just leave him. This guy doesn't matter anyway. Let's just forget. This guy, Correa, he scored more goals than anyone in La Liga and than anyone in the top 5 leagues in the last 10 years off the bench. Like, if you want a difference maker off the bench, it's this guy. But what pisses me off is the last 10 minutes, and this is the third thing and the fourth thing that we learned. It's a combination. Vinny went off. Endrick came on. I'm not hating on Endrick. I'm not criticizing on Endrick. This is just me giving feedback to Endrick. I'm strictly giving feedback. You know what? I'm strictly giving feedback to Endrick. In order for you to become a top player and an elite player at this level, you need to understand there is a lot more goes to the game than just being great on the ball, physically being good. Most of it come down to this. It's the IQ and the decision making and understanding where things are. There was a chance at the 87th minute. So basically 3 minutes before stoppage time. 88 minutes, 2 minutes before stoppage time. Endrick was 1v1 with a defender. Jude Bellingham was running on the left-hand side. If this was someone in his third year, that's why I'm not really mad, because he's still 18 years old. This is his first really season at Real Madrid. This is his first season in Europe, so he's still learning. I'm not hating on him. I just want him to understand two things. I want him to understand time management, and I want him to understand decision making. It worked out against Stuttgart, and you were very fortunate it worked out against Stuttgart when you had Mbappe on one side, Vinicius Jr. on another side, and you decided to shoot 40 yards out from the goal, and you're very fortunate that the goalkeeper literally let it in. It should have been saved, but he let it in. You scored, you got your goal. Okay. At that time, again, I still said it, not the great of decision, but the goal went in. Fair enough. It happened today again. And I said last time that if you are in a similar position again, the wisest option, especially now, it changes things. You're not 3-1 up. You're not 4-1 up. If you're 3-1 up, 4-1 up, 5-1, I hear it. That's nothing really. That's no risk. You can just shoot and nothing's going to change. You're 1-0 up away from home to the team that has beaten us twice last season, to the team that's only been the team to beat us twice last season. If we won this game, we'll be 1 point behind Barcelona. So this game had a lot of magnitude. And every possession matters. Every moment matters. Every second of the game matters. You're 1-on-1. Jude was shouting. You could see it on the replay. There was a couple of replays where you could hear Jude was putting his hands up and said, chill, don't do anything. He was putting his hands up, I'm coming. He was shouting to him. Firstly, why the hell would you shoot from that position? When clearly, yes, it worked out before, but bro, you're very lucky that it worked out. Now you're facing Oblak. You're facing Oblak, who's not double, he is 10 times better than the last goalkeeper you faced. Why would you shoot? And secondly, why would you not... Time management, broski. Jude was coming. That was maybe not need to shoot from that position. Let Jude come for Jude to drag the defender. Once Jude comes, it will be 2 versus 1. Yes, I know the Atleti defender was running as well, but Jude was literally was running, sprinting. Let Jude come to help you in that possession where then the defender would be confused. Should I go to Jude or should I stay with my man? It would have made it easier. Or maybe just go closer to the goal. Why are you so desperate? Why are you so eager to shoot? And then after that, Militao carelessly passes the ball. Bro, so complacent with the ball. And the thing is, it feels like you guys don't understand. There's only 8 minutes left before the game. When that's 8 minutes before the game, every pass matters, bro. Every possession matters. Every pass is crucial. Why are you guys passing around like it feels like nothing? And then the goal which they scored, Rudiger, you can clearly see him in front of you. Correa was making the run. You can clearly see Correa was making the run. Why would you try? And this is what I don't understand with Rudiger. You are experienced. You're not Vallejo. You are experienced. Correa was making the run. Why would you try to beat the offside trap when you know you were in front of him? When you can clearly see him in the motion of running. You can't. You were too far behind to beat the offside trap. You have to run with him. And I'm 100% sure if you had run with him, you would have got to the ball first. But you decided to be lazy. You tried to be smart and arrogant by moving forward to try to beat the offside trap when there was no need for that. This is what I mean by we gifted them the point. Our mistakes. One of the worst 10 minutes I've seen. The way we handled the last 10 minutes was pathetic. It was pathetic. It felt like we thought we were 3-0, 4-0 up, bro. Oh my God. Let's talk about the ratings. Let's give my ratings for each player. Thibaut Courtois. This is disgusting, wallah. Thibaut Courtois, in my opinion, gets a 7 out of 10. He made some decent saves in the first half, in the second half, to keep the scoreline open. The goal, nothing really much. Maybe he went down too easily, but that's nothing really much you can do to it. Danny Carvajal. Oh my god, man. This is... Wow, I can't even spell now. Carvajal gets a 6.5. I think he lost the ball too easily. So many times he lost the ball. So many times he was careless with the ball. First half, he never really had any help because it was only him on the right-hand side. Second half, when Lino came on, Lino smoked him a couple of times. Not the best of performances of Danny Carvajal, to be completely honest with you. Militao was our best defender by far. Militao was our best defender by far. To be fair, Militao was very fortunate because if he had stayed as a left centre back, his rating would have been very poor. But he was very good in the second half. I think the goal wasn't really his fault. I blame the goal on Rudiger, so I'll give Militao a 7.5. The goal that we conceded, of course. Rudiger, 6.5. It would have been 7. It would have been 7.5. It would have been 7. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to be too harsh because you were by far our best defender throughout the whole game. You kept Solif quiet. You kept Alvarez quiet in the first half. Even in the second half, you kept Griezmann quiet and everything. But the mistake that you did is pathetic. Because I look at it as arrogance. I look at it, you know what, let me try to be smart and beat the offside trap. But you could clearly see Correa was literally positioning himself to run. And you were way behind him. How can you beat the offside trap when you're way behind him? Mendy, that was one moment in the second half with 10 minutes to go. When Mendy got the ball, there was no one around him. It was all by himself. It was all by himself. Tchouaméni was right there next to you. It's a simple pass to Tchouaméni. He misplaces it, and it became 3 versus 3. 6.5 as well, man. You know what? Mendy should not be starting for Real Madrid moving forward. Frank Garcia deserves a start. Tchouaméni, first half was exceptional. First half kept Griezmann quiet. Even second half, for me, he was our second best midfielder of the game. Tchouaméni gets 7.8 in my opinion. He was exceptional, like in terms of moving around, in terms of defending, in terms of everything. Like I think first half was all him. Luka Modric, he had moment of glimpses of runs. But again, careless passes a couple times, but it wasn't poor. I'll give Luka and thing. Fede, this is, and that's the thing about Fede. You guys all know, yeah. You guys all know, I'm probably his biggest fan. I'm probably his biggest glazer. But today's performance from Fede, and it's not just today. I think it's been a stretch of performances that he's had so far. It's poor. And it started with 2 games ago. He was poor, but I said, you know what, he's fatigued. Last game he played, it wasn't the best of Fede performances. Today, he was our worst midfielder today. And that the passes he was making, the runs that he was making, just sloppy, lazy. I don't know if it's fatigue. Most likely it comes down to fatigue because he's played 90 minutes most of the game except for the game against Alaves. But I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know if it's just being lazy. He needs to improve. I'm not happy with what he's done over the past 3 games. I'm not happy. The level that he started the season off was incredible. He was playing, for me, he was the best midfielder in the world. The last 3 performances he's had is lazy. It's fatigue and lazy combined. 6.5. I'm not happy with this performance. And if anyone tells you, if anyone tries to make a comp, let's see what FootMob actually gave Fede. Wallah, that's generous. Wallah, that's generous. This is why I was just about to rate Jude Bellingham. This is why I would never ever believe in those rating scores, and I would never ever believe in those. They gave Jude a 6.9. In reality, Jude was our best player. if you watch the game with your eyes and not stats and everything, Jude Bellingham was by far our best player, by far our best midfielder. He was our only person who managed to win, because first half we could barely beat the press of Gallagher, De Paul and Llorente. Every time when we had the ball, Atleti had 3-4 players pressing. He was the only person who was managing to beat the press. He was press resistant. He was the only person progressing the ball. He was the only person defending. He was doing everything. If you look at Jude Bellingham purely for goals and assists, then you are stupid. You're deluded. You shouldn't be watching the sport. Jude Bellingham today produced one of his best displays, in my opinion, this season. Despite the scoreline, despite the fact that he's got no goals, despite the fact he's got no assists, he produced an all general play of everything. Defensively going forward, the only person actually progressing the ball, the only person actually helping creating, he did everything. And the fact that if you look at this and you think that is a justification for Jude Bellingham, then these people don't understand football, because they base it on different metrics. And you should be watching with your own eyes. And if you think that pathetic Vinny, I'll give Vinny a 7. He had his moments. Rodrigo was how much did they give Rodrigo? 6.5 is generous, bro. Gives Rodrigo 5.5, bro. Man said 6.5, bro. Non-existent throughout the whole game. Non-existent throughout the whole game. Pathetic performance. But I mean, listen. Rodrigo needs to be benched. As simple as that. He needs to be benched. He needs to be benched. This guy's telling us about don't forget the R, don't forget the R. Well, we are forgetting the R because you're not giving us anything to make us forget about the R. Arda Güler needs to be given a chance. Endrick needs to be given a chance. Like I said, I'm forgiving. I mean, he's still young. The decision to, of course, shoot when he should have never shot is poor, but it is what it is. I expected a lot more from Rudiger. I'm very, very disappointed with Rudiger by that goal. But it is what it is. Real Madrid go from 4 points to 3 points behind Barcelona. At least a win against them now towards the end of the October. But it's just poor. We could have been 1 point behind them, and we just gave it away, man. It just pissing me off when stuff like that, when it's our fault. But anyway, thank you for watching. I had about 1,500 people in the watch along, so I'm happy that you guys are enjoying the watch alongs. Whether it's Madrid fans, most of us are Madrid fans or Barcelona fans here watching. I'm happy that you guys have been. Even the Barcelona watch along that I did, I guess it's a soon. I had over 1,000 people, so I'm happy that you guys are enjoying the watch along. That you guys are coming and supporting the channel when needed to. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, because I'm realizing that over 53% of you guys watching the videos are not subscribed, which I don't understand why. Like, I'm trying to be consistent. I'm trying to give you guys La Liga content because I love La Liga content, and this is what I watch. This is what I do. So at least the best we can do is just support the channel. You don't have to pay for anything to subscribe. It's just a free button, and you might as well just like the video as well. But yeah, man. Thank you for watching. Put down in the comments what you felt about the game and how you felt what happened, or whether you agree or disagree with what I'm about to say. And I'll see you soon.